Because there are times where I'm like, I don't know if I want to just go live. So I get to like actually do it this way. Hold on. Ooh, ouch, 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 ouch. Why did I do that to myself? Oh, pray for my feet, y'all. Okay, so I got a live going here. Hold on. There we go, so I can see my face. I have thought about Twitch. Okay. Um, I don't know if I could find. Let's see here. Okay. Where is the link? Let's see. Let me see if I can find the link here. I'm curious to see how it looks on Patreon. Okay, nope. Huh. Well, this is our morning. We're gonna figure this out because this is a recurring issue. It's been the last 3 days we've had this issue, so we've got to figure this out. So thank you guys for being patient. All right. Okay. It says it's working. Okay, so it's working on my end. All right, in 2 minutes, it's going to be up and running. If not, the easiest thing for me to do is just post an unlisted live YouTube video. I just thought about it. Thought about that. I could just post a live unlisted YouTube video if I want to go unlisted. Um, I'm going to share a little something with you guys, and it's something that I need you guys to pray for me for, because maybe you guys are starting to notice it. hold on one second. Let me one step at a time. Remember what remind me to share what I need you guys to pray for me for, okay? Okay. So now it should be up. Let me see. Let's see. Here it is. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see if we can get you guys on. All right, moment of truth. Let's see if I can find y'all. Let's see if you guys show up. All right, let me see if let's see. Am I getting any messages from y'all? Oh yeah, you got these little filters, you know. I should find a filter that works for me. Carl, good to see you, man. Okay, so we're getting somewhere here. You guys are helping me figure this out. Ooh, I should go black and white. That's fire. Noir. That's also fire, but you know, it's too hip for us. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? Okay, silver. Okay, sepia. All right. That's always an interesting look, documentary look. Back to this. All right. Sorry, I had to try the different ones. You can't comment unless you join. Um, Interesting. Hold on. Okay, let me see here. Let me check the settings. Let me check the settings. Here, let's edit this. Okay. It's okay. Everyone can see it. Allow comments on the post. Yes. Ah, here we go. Beautiful. All right, I just changed the setting here. I just changed the setting to see if we can. All right. Try now. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. All right. So now you guys are able to comment. Hold on. I feel like this is just the Lord. Yep, I see your comments coming in now. You are at the right place, Cynthia. We are here. Okay. So I'm so conflicted. I am so conflicted. Okay. I'm gonna be praying about this. This may be this may be the Lord. I say it's always the Lord. This may be the Lord. It's always the Lord. It's always the Lord. Okay, I see you, Tammy. I see you, Anna. I see you, Cynthia. Um, yeah. So I'm conflicted. Okay, so are you guys YouTube people or are you guys IG people? I'm gonna explain to you why I'm asking this. Yeah, yeah. This is I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted, fam. I'm gonna explain to you why. I'm conflicted. Fun fact about me. I don't know if it's a fun fact, but it's a fact. I I am not very good at. Let me back that up. I'm sorry. If you can tell, I'm filtering a lot of what I'm saying here. So please stay with me here, fam, because I'm struggling with this one. Um, I don't love the limelight. I don't. Even as I post content, I'm always posting content in a conflict. Always. Because if I can have it my way, I'm just in my little hole, in my little corner, living my life, watching and observing. That's just how I operate. That's just who I am. And so I'm always creating guardrails around, you can call it my peace, but I don't think I'm not at peace. It's just I love my space. I love my space. So you can understand how this confuses people sometimes because um um they see the profile, they see, oh wow, you have over 1 million followers across your platforms, and there's all this stuff. So you're one of those guys. You love the spotlight. I do not like the spotlight. I'm not a big fan of the spotlight. I don't hate it, but I'm not a big fan of it. So much so that I always look to guard my exposure. That's just always been who I am. I'm a guardian of my exposure. I love my privacy. I What keeps me doing this, the reason why I keep posting content is because I love God's people. It's just a fact. I keep posting content because I love God's people. And so I have this conflict where, man, I feel like I'm pouring out to my church right now. You guys are my family, so I get to do that, okay? I get to do that. Every now and then I get to do that. So I feel like in a lot of ways I have to I'm always looking for ways to prohibit my access. I'm always looking for, so when I see something like YouTube and I'm like, oh man, YouTube, that puts me out there. I immediately I like Patreon. I like Discord. I love it because I could just vibe with my, you know, 30, 40, 50 people, and I'm cool with that. But then, you go live on some of these platforms and it's like there's thousands of people. And that's intimidating for me. There it is. I said it. Um, it intimidates me. And so I can find myself sometimes. I remember when the platform started to blow up and explode. I had a day where I was terrified. I was terrified. I was like, oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Don't want that. Don't want that. Why did I even start this? Why did I even do this? I was legit going, I did not, whoa, I messed up. This was a mistake. That's not what I want. Let me back up. I love my, small community, and God always has me in this tension where my platform just continues to grow and I'm like, oh, but God, I'm good here. I love this. And so I'm saying that because and I'm sharing that with you all because I know you guys are like, why don't you just put it on YouTube? So I'm exposing just some stuff that I'm working through with the Lord right now. Um, because it almost feels like every time I look for a place to kind of hide another thing, it just, God kind of blocks that place. And every kind of dark corner I'm looking to conceal myself in, every little crevice I'm trying to sneak myself into, God's like, shines the light on it. And he's like, nope, I'm not letting that happen. Nope, nope, Isaac, nope. So I feel like that cockroach where you put the light on. Listen, I'm from the hood, so I know what it's like to grow up in a house with cockroaches. Okay, it's like that one cockroach, and you shine a light, and the cockroach runs, and you just gotta keep on the light. The cockroach keeps running away from the light, trying to hide from the light. I'm like that cockroach. Okay, um, so so obviously the easy solution to this is, you know, to just go on YouTube. And I've been wrestling with that. I've been hiding. I'm just gonna let y'all know right now. That's just where I've been at. I've been hiding, and I love it, And I'm here, and now I'm like, no, wait, what? So even now, I just opened up the YouTube page, and I feel a sense of uh, trepidation, maybe, to see that the page has grown significantly in the last 2 days. I'm sorry, y'all. I know I might be boring some of y'all with this. Anybody who's listening, listen. I don't know. I'll just leave this on Patreon. I'll just leave it up for y'all. I think it's important for me to actually express, you know, things that I'm working through with the Lord, things that I'm working through in my relationship with God, um, and where God's calling me. Because I can tell you right now, what keeps me doing this is because God has put this profound love in me for his people. I love y'all, truly. I love this community. I love my Patreon community. There are days where I'm blown away by the fact that you guys would trust me in this way, to be here and to support. Like, for those of you who support and give, that blows my mind. It's till this day it does. We wouldn't have even started that if it wasn't for those of you who are patrons who are like, hey, start a Patreon so we can support you. Um, and so I'm always wrestling with that, because I know it's like God is backing me into these corners. And I feel like right now God is backing me into a corner. Um, and YouTube has been kind of a space where I've been hesitant to step into and really, really step into, because it just doesn't make sense to me. Family, it makes no sense to me how all I'm doing is putting up shorts and I've got 51,000 subscribers. Like, Lord, what are you doing there? You know, I just did 2 lives for the first time on YouTube, and honestly, I'm looking at these numbers for the first time. So this is all, I'm processing this in front of y'all. So, you know, whoever's listening, I'm grateful you're here. I'm grateful you're here. But I'm processing, because I'm like, when did this happen? What's happening here? 600 new subscribers. Some would go, yay, oh my gosh, 600 new subscribers. This is amazing. Me, I'm going, no, why can't I? Like, I'm just, anyway, I say all that because, um, man, I love my space and my size, but I love God's people. And if God's message can go out, and if God's message can go forth, and if this would bring someone to faith in Jesus, if this would bring someone closer to Jesus, if this would bring people to get to know who Jesus is, if this would restore people's hope and faith in Jesus, then it's all worth it. It's all worth it. So am I wrestling? Yeah, I'm wrestling. I'm wrestling with it. And so I'm just saying, guys, pray for me because I know. Thank you, Tammy, for sharing. Tammy's like, the answer is real simple. Just just gotta go to Nineveh. I hear you, sis. But the answer is simple. Like Tammy's like, well, why don't you just broadcast it on YouTube? And I'm like, some days I can't because of where I am, but a lot of days I can, and I've been hesitant to do that. Just being honest, I've just been hesitant to do that. And yeah, TikTok is a whole different game. I started this whole thing on TikTok, um, and I've never had the issue of, um, of posting on TikTok. My issue is that TikTok keeps banning me. So then I started losing consistency there. So I stopped going live on TikTok because I was getting banned like 2 or 3 times a week. And then I think I had like a 2 month ban, and no one could explain why. I was banned for 2 months. So I just waited. And after a while, I was like, you know what? It's not worth it. Like, I didn't even want this anyway. That's kind of where I was at. So I was like, maybe this is God telling me, take a break. And I took a break, and I've enjoyed not being as active on TikTok. So I look, I'm like, yeah, I'm losing a couple thousand every month, losing a couple thousand followers. None of that bothers me. I'm like, it scared me when it kept going up. It just kept scaring. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going up to 1 million followers on TikTok. This is just, and then here I am. So, um, yeah, so I'm still posting now. I'm starting to post on TikTok again. I don't know about going live on TikTok. I was going live on IG. If you notice, the IG platform just took off. Um, yeah, YouTube has been the one horizon that I've been hesitant to step into, and now that I'm here, and I'm like, why is this hasn't been working? Discord's been giving us headaches. It makes no sense how half of the iPhone users on Discord, obviously there's a technological thing going on, but we still got to do what we do. And I'm like, okay, how do I get it to you guys? How do I make this work? And it only makes sense for me to just go on YouTube. Everybody's got YouTube. So this is where we're at, y'all. This is where we are at. Yeah, I'm still posting on TikTok. I'm still posting, but the way the algorithm works, I mean, none of my followers actually see my content. The data shows it. Like most of my content goes to new people, so none of my followers actually see it. TikTok is just kind of its own weird little thing. But yeah, this is just me again. Thank you for sharing, giving me a space to share my heart. Um, I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow. I'm gonna be praying about it, but don't be surprised if I just say, "Hey guys, we're gonna just be on YouTube," and then we'll do our connections here. And like I said, I made this video private. I'll make it available. It's unlisted, so I'll make it available to obviously my patrons, to all of you who just signed up to Patreon. It might be through Patreon. I don't know yet. I'm gonna figure out what I'll do. But I'm only saying this because I want to be held accountable as well, because I do believe that God has called me to serve you guys. I'm I'm here to serve the church. I'm here to serve the body. I'm here to serve people who are growing in their relationship with Jesus. I'm here to serve you guys. And so how do I best serve you well? That's always my question. How do I best serve you well? And so I'm saying that because, again, if I'm going to serve you, then in many ways, I'm accountable to you. And what does that mean for me to be accountable to you? Is I'm sharing this thought because maybe I am restricting what God wants to do in the community He's called me to reach, simply because I'm operating out of fear or discomfort rather than just do it. Everything we've done so far, moving to IG, was you guys were the reason why I did that. I wasn't gonna get on IG. Fact, here's a little fun fact. I'm gonna tell you. This is a full blown like just random thoughts. But when so my IG was hacked a couple years ago. I had maybe 1,500 followers on IG. I wasn't creating content. I wasn't doing any of the stuff that I'm doing right now. I'd post a random picture here and there, that kind of thing. So someone had hacked it since I was a pastor, and I had requested for IG to just delete it and block it. So it got hacked. It was deleted. And I just said, all right, I'm done. I don't need to be on IG. I'm not a social media guy like that anyway. And then, of course, TikTok happened. And then TikTok grew to 500,000 followers. And then I'm like, oh, okay, TikTok grew to 500,000. And while I was on TikTok, mind you, I wasn't on IG. I wasn't on anything else. While I was on TikTok, um, yeah, while I was on TikTok, I had just one person who was like, "Hey, can you post these on Instagram because my friends don't have TikTok, but all my friends have Instagram, and I send them the TikToks, but they should just be following you and following your content." And I was like, "Okay." But then I started hearing from more people. All of a sudden, I was getting all these messages flooding in, like, "Hey, Pastor, like, I want my friends to see this content. They need to hear the prayers. They need to hear these messages. Like, can you start an Instagram? Because I don't we don't see you on Instagram." I literally did it because people asked, and so I posted. So I remember creating the Instagram, and I started posting reels from my TikToks. I just started posting my TikToks to Instagram. And then to see my Instagram in less than a year grow to 150,000 followers in less than a year was mind blowing to me. I was like, what is going on? Like, what is happening here? And of course, now it's at over 200,000 followers, and the page and that still grows. But I remember when it just started to blow up, and I started feeling that same feeling, like, oh my gosh, this is uncomfortable. But all these things haven't been very strategic. People. I know they're influencers, Christian influencers, non-Christian influencers, or maybe influencers who might be Christian but aren't in the Christian space. But they would say they would always describe their growth in social media as very strategic. Like they're very strategic in their approach and all of that. I haven't been very strategic. Okay, I have no like deep strategy. I've just been passionate about reaching people for Jesus. I want people to get the message of Jesus, and I truly, it's my prayer. I pray for this all the time that people would get to know who Jesus is and what following Jesus really is like. Because I know so many people have been burned, been hurt by the church, have anti-church sentiment, don't know where they are with their faith. I'm still trying to figure things out. So this has always been an opportunity for me to re-engage and to give. And so for me, having that and seeing people who say, I'm following Jesus again. My faith has grown stronger, and now I'm getting to know what the Bible really says and what the Bible is really about. The Read and Rant podcast is at almost 1 million downloads. It's almost at 1 million downloads. The Read and Rant podcast was not my idea. The Read and Rant podcast was your idea. And the way it happened was, I'll give you the story behind that. The way the Read and Rant podcast happened was I was live on uh, um, on TikTok. I was live on TikTok, and I was reading, and and we were reading through the book of it was Matthew. I started the New Testament. I was like, hey guys, I want you to read through the New Testament with me. We're just gonna read and rant. And so we started reading, and it was like 5 or 6 people. It was the same 5 or 6. And then all of a sudden there's like 10, 15 people coming onto my live, and I'm like, oh snap, it's 10, 15 people now. Okay, this is lit. And by like week 3, some of the folks were like, hey, I missed Wednesday's reading. Where can I get that? I'm like, fam, if it's live, so like if you didn't get it, then sorry. That was kind of the approach. By the time we got to Matthew, someone was like, "Hey, can you like record them?" By the time we got to the end of Matthew, they were like, "Hey, can you record them?" We got into Luke, and and um and someone was like, "Hey, Pastor Isaac, can you record them and maybe put them like on a Dropbox or something?" And that's what I did. I recorded them and I put them on Dropbox in case someone who missed it could go back and listen to it. And that's how that started. And then by the time we got to the end of John, people were like, "Hey, Pastor, this is kind of like clunky. Why don't you just make it a podcast? Then it's available to everyone. You could just literally give them the link, upload it there, and people can just get the updates rather than getting a Dropbox link where they have to download the audio. They could just get the audio and download it from a podcast." I was like, you know what, that kind of makes sense because I didn't even understand what podcasting really was and what it was all about. And so that's what I did. I just said, all right, I'm just gonna start uploading these recordings onto a podcast, and I set up the podcast. Never would I have expected for the Read and Rant to be at close to 1 million downloads. Never. And now it's like it's charted. It's charted globally in other countries, and I'm like, this is the product of just me just simply serving you. Like, I just want to serve you. We started Patreon because someone said, "Hey, Pastor, pray about Patreon." I said, "Okay, I'll pray about it." And I prayed about it because honestly, if I wasn't obedient to start a Patreon for people to support me through Patreon, we would have never had this. There wouldn't have been a Discord community. There wouldn't have been regular Bible teachings and Bible readings because I would have had to take a full-time job. Now I get to work part-time because I can be supported part-time by this ministry. And the reason why I can be supported part-time by this ministry is because of your giving and your support through Patreon. I didn't do Patreon because I was like, "Hey, this is a great idea." I did Patreon because you guys asked me to. And now on Instagram, there's Instagram subscribers, and now people are subscribing on Instagram. This can become a full-time thing for me. I mean, right now it's nowhere near. I don't make anywhere near, the income to be able to do this full time, right? And now I have a church that I've planted, so that's taking a lot of my time as well. But yeah, I got other hustles and other ways to earn an income. But the fact that we did this opened the door because now I didn't have to wake up super early in the morning. Because if you guys remember, we were doing reading rants in the car. I would literally be in the car. So if you hear the old episodes of the reading rant, you're like, "Man, this audio is funky." The reason why that audio is funky is because I was literally in a car recording. I would literally have my recorder right here, and I'd be live with you guys, and I have my Bible in my hand. I'm like, "All right, guys, let's read for a little bit and let's rant for a little bit." And and so I was able to walk away from that part-time situation, that early morning part-time situation, so that I can do the read and rant with you guys. So it just tells you, yeah, the car rants were awesome. They were. And so to start there and to be here, this church is planted in large part because of your commitment and your support. Because by having time to just really reflect and pray and serve you guys on this platform, it opened the door for me to hear the voice of God about making this move to Tampa to plant this church. There was so much noise, so many things going on in my life at that time. It was hard for me to hear from God. And all of a sudden, here I am now being able to sit down and just be still and to hear what the Lord has to say. And for the Lord to say, "Go plant a church in Tampa," I was like, "Wait, what? No. What are you talking about? I'm not ready for that." And then all of a sudden, God started aligning things, putting things together. We're in Tampa because of God's divine providence, but also because of your commitment and your support. And so I'm all over the place, but I'm saying all that because I've never done anything. The whole point of all this is for me to say, I haven't done anything with any other agenda other than to serve you. Like, serving you has been my agenda. Loving you guys and serving you guys has been my agenda. Do I fumble? Yeah. Do I fall short? Yeah. Do I get it wrong? Yes. Do I mess up? All the time. I'm nowhere. I'm no near. I'm not even close to perfect. Okay. Is it possible that I've hurt people along the way? Maybe. Yeah. I'm willing to admit that. But I will say this: my heart has always been to love God's people, and I love God's people deeply. I love you all very deeply. I pray for you guys on a regular. And so if this platform continues to grow, I want you to understand this. It's growing out of God's grace and God's love that flows through me. Because if I could have it my way, none of y'all would know who I am. I'm being straight up honest. Let me straight from my Stanley right quick. If I could have it my way, not a single one of y'all would know who I am because I love my space. I love being in my backyard and just quiet in my own thing, and I don't need to be out here. But God continues to push me out here, and He does that through you and how I serve you. So now is the next step YouTube. Grow your YouTube. Build the YouTube platform. Put your content on there. If that's the next step, if that's where God's like, go Isaac, go forth, then okay. I'm wrestling, but I've always lost. Anytime I've wrestled with God, I always lose. I'm wrestling with God. I kind of know already that I'm losing. But but I love you guys. Sanubi, I'm so grateful for you. Tammy, thanks for challenging me. Like seriously, like, why don't you just post it on YouTube? And I'm like, no, no, no. Let's just make Discord work. Let's just figure this out. Let's just keep figuring this out. Let's make Discord work. It's giving us a bunch of problems, but let's make this work. Please, Discord work so I can stay right here in this little bubble. I love it. No, let's just move it to Patreon because Patreon is a small, it's a small community. Let's just move it there. I love it there. Just do YouTube. I'm like, no, that's the wide open ocean. Okay, I'm Nemo's dad. I'm not trying to go in the big waters. I like my little. I like this. It's nice. Keep me in the anemone. But I love you guys. Carl, I love you so much, brother. Truly, truly do. You bring so much joy to me. Sanubi, Sarah, Sue, Yolanda, all of y'all. You guys are all awesome. So I'm gonna shut this down and I'm gonna stop pouring out now. I'm probably boring y'all to death. But I just figured, you know what? Since I'm here and like y'all are challenging me right now, let me just be honest with where I'm at. And so I love y'all. Okay, just know all of it is love. It's all love. You know what? I'll make this available. I guess my patrons can hear this. This is uncomfortable, okay? This is uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. Um, Love to meet you, Sue. Seriously. Then you can hear me scream on the mic because that's what I do. I scream. um, but I I'm grateful for you guys. This is all uncomfortable. Gary, if you missed everything, all right? You missed everything, okay? I'll post it. Y'all can do as you will with it. Gary, I was exposing myself. All right. I was just exposing myself and just sharing my heart. And so yeah. We'll make a decision tomorrow, okay? So check it out. Check it out. I'll post it now, Gary. You can listen to it. And yeah, I'll make it available to you guys. Love y'all. Pray for me. I'm always praying for you, but pray for me because it feels like God's about to do something big next. That's what it feels like. It feels like God's about to do something big. And I'm a little bit scared. God bless you guys. Pray for me. So moving forward, yeah, Juliet, I'll let you guys know. I'm gonna post it in Discord. I'm gonna figure some things out today. Um, I'm gonna figure it all out. Love y'all. Don't tell me y'all moving to Tampa, all right? Because y'all gonna make me go crazy now. Okay? Don't make me do that. Don't bring my hopes up now. All right? God bless you guys.